Well, certainly a great game if you're a fan of pitching and defense, and just a masterful performance of Chris Webber and Georgia's pitching staff. We certainly had a lot of opportunities to score, albeit in the first inning, leadoff double, run able to move and score. We load the bases with one out in the sixth, and can't cash in. We're 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. We just didn't get a big hit. But, from a standpoint of our pitching and our defense, and couldn't be more proud of our guys. But it was just, if you're a fan of pitching and defense, great game.
Questions for the players now.
Chris, just about your performance today. I mean, locked up there with Tim Elliott of Georgia. I mean, he's doing great. You obviously got a no-hitter going there. Is that at all creep into your mind in a game, in a magnitude, in a setting like this, or are you just trying to keep those zeros off the board, period?
I mean, it's something you notice, but it's just like any other game. Your goal is to go out there and keep runs from crossing the plate to give your team a chance. Just doing that inning by inning.
Chris, how aware were you as you got deeper and deeper into the game that you hadn't given up a hit, and what was your reaction when you did give up the single?
I mean, I knew it, but like I said, it wasn't my focus. My focus was making sure that zeros kept showing up on the board each inning. Obviously, a little disappointing whenever they got a hit, but I know he got Moo behind me, so I'm not really worried about anybody scoring, and I know that he's going to help us, get a chance to win.
Right on the home run that Cam Shepard. It looked like almost Cam in left field came down with that ball. I think just like a couple of inches. You had obviously a good vantage point. Just kind of what did you see? Did you at first think he had the ball?
Yeah, I mean, Cam does that all the time in BP, so we're not surprised when he does come down with the ball. And he laid it out on the line for us and tried to go make a play. It just didn't happen for him.
Anything else for the players? Thanks, gentlemen. You guys can step down. Thank you. We'll resume with questions for Coach Childress.
Coach, you mentioned the sixth inning, I believe it was. You had bases loaded, one out, and they bring Glover in, makes, I guess, a perfect pitch to get the double play. Was that the ball game in your estimation? So what just came out of that one inning right there?
I don't know if it was a ball game. The first inning might have been the ball game. Braden starts the game with a bang. We got a runner at second base, and we don't move him. We're not able to cash in. But certainly the sixth inning was huge, especially the way Chris was pitching. For us to break that game open probably was the difference in the game.
Rob, that's the longest anyone's ever carried a no-hitter in this tournament, 7 1/3. Can you put into perspective just how good Chris was in general and against that lineup?
Well, Georgia's had a great year. They've got a lot of veteran hitters in their lineup, and they've done a great job against left-handed pitching all year long. And for Chris to go out there and do that just makes you understand how special that is. Chris has been, for the last 8 weeks, as good as anybody that we have on the mound. And that's a bold statement when you talk about the guys that we've been running out there. He's been an invaluable piece to our success the last 2 months, and he's a great kid. He's a hard worker, prepares the right way, and certainly success is following that way.
Of course, Texas A&M and Georgia have been the top two pitching, teams in the conference this year. I mean, it's, as a coach, I know this one kind of stings a little bit, but once you look back and just again see what both teams are able to do, your guy in particular, do you kind of maybe appreciate this a little bit more despite the loss?
I think you will. I mean, I am a fan of pitching and defense. I think everybody knows that. I certainly like to be on the winning end of that 1-0, 2-0 game. But, Georgia does a great job on the mound. They have wipeout arms and not only guys with great stuff, but great pitch ability. They're coached incredibly well, and they run off their plan as good as anybody in the country. And so that's going to allow them to play for a long time.
Anything else for Coach Childress? Thank you, Coach.